The meeting went great. New construction, open concept, mixed materials, Navy Island, warm wood tones on the perimeters, and a very specific hardware. Long, linear, brushed nickel poles, not round. They mentioned the round knobs 3 separate times in a way that made it clear that they'd lived with round knobs in their current kitchen and had a lot of feelings about it. You thanked them, walked them out, and came back to your desk feeling genuinely good about this one. Then you walked to the back office and handed it off. 20 minutes. You covered the layout, the finish preferences, the lead times to keep in mind. You got to the hardware. Brushed nickel poles, long, linear. They have a pretty specific aesthetic. And you moved on. 3 weeks later, the order comes through for review. Amerock round knobs, oil, rubbed bronze? Welcome to the Elevated Podcast. I'm your host, Brandy Lawson. This is the filter problem. Back in the office on your computer, this wasn't a mistake anyone made on purpose. Your project manager was taking notes. You were summarizing. And somewhere between specific hardware preferences and the actual order, something got lost. These are the consequences of the telephone game. Every time information passes from one person to another, it degrades. Not because anyone's careless, because memory and communication are imperfect systems even under the best conditions. You knew exactly what the client meant, but by the time you summarized it, some of the texture was already gone. By the time your PM ordered from your summary, more was gone. By the time it reached the supplier, the knobs were bronze and round. The issue isn't that your process is broken, it's that you became the filter. And when you're the filter, you're also the bottleneck, the single point of failure, and the person who is stuck in every handoff to keep the information intact. That's not a scalable way to run a business. And it's exhausting. The fix is raw data transfer. You don't summarize the meeting, you share the recording. After the consultation, the transcript goes directly into the project folder. Your project manager doesn't get your interpretation of what the client said. They get the client's actual words. The summary clearly shows we had round knobs in our last kitchen and we really, really did not like them, with the emphasis intact, with the 3 times they said it. You didn't filter it. You didn't have to. What this does to your team over time is significant. They stop making decisions based on your summary of someone else's preferences. They start listening to the source. And when they access the source, they catch the nuances that don't survive handoffs, the ones that cost you the reorder and restock fee, and the conversation where you have to explain what happened. You stop being the only person who understands what the client wants. Your team starts to know it directly, and you stop being the thing standing between them and doing the job right. If you're the bottleneck in your business, if everything has to go through you and be done correctly, the AI Note-Taking Guide is a system that changes that. It covers how to set up the workflow so recordings and transcripts land in your project management system automatically, and how to hand off a job completely without being the last person who actually understood it. Get it at cabinetnotes.com. Next week, the contract is signed, the deposit cleared, your client was excited, and then nothing. 11 weeks of nothing. They're starting to wonder if you forgot about them. We'll talk about the silence and how to fill it without working harder. Hit subscribe.